But welcome back. It is time to talk about going back to school. If you're a parent, you know that you can often find yourself overspending on those back to school items, back to school, it's here, and many of us, well, we need a little help when it comes to saving some money. So who other than Brent Wilsey, president of Wilsey Asset Management, to invite on a Sunday morning to use his knowledge on how we can save a little bit. What do we do, Brent? How can we shop on a budget? I mean, for those of us who are all over the place with our finances.
Yeah, how to save money on that. I just realized, too, I feel bad because all the kids like, oh, back to school. I'm bringing up a bad subject here for the kids, but for the parents, much better. There's so many things you can do to try to save money when it comes back to school shopping, because it is expensive, especially if you have 1, 2, 3 kids. It's very expensive. One thing you can do, Liz, is actually say, wait a minute, I had a lot of stuff left over from last year, pens, pencils, paper. Get that stuff first before you go out to the store and buy more of it. And look at work and hotels. Many times you have extra supplies there you can use. So don't go to the store and immediately buy stuff. You might have it already.
You just reminded me I need to go in the closet because I'm not kidding, Brent. I do have some glue sticks and all stuff from leftover from last year's school supply binge that we went on that we didn't use.
And also, too, in June next year, don't forget, keep that stuff. Don't throw it out. Keep it for September.
Very good.
Yes. So
very good. On average, what are you finding? What do your clients tell you about how much they're spending? Do you have an idea?
It's all over the board. Depends on the kids. Depends how much you want to do. I mean, when I had my kids, we wouldn't spend very much because I said, hey, if it writes, it works, So, but another way you can save money too, Liz, is, and I love this, go to the Goodwills, go to the rummage stores, and you know what I love best about that is you can get this stuff very inexpensive, and there's no sales tax. Because even though you're in a store, you're still not buying new goods. So I go to the register like, no sales tax? Really? This is incredible.
Brent, that is a genius idea. And we often forget. And a lot of times when you're going to the Goodwill, you're doing good because you're shopping and you're helping to support those who are employed by Goodwill industry. So that is some great advice. Can I ask you also about when we go back to school, at least with the school that my kids go to, they have an established foundation that helps out what we used to call the PTA. It's all the extra funds to help support different programs. Stuff like that. And oftentimes you hear the call of, if you can contribute a little bit a month or they suggest a certain amount, it's purely voluntary. That stuff is tax deductible, is it not?
It can be, as long as it's a nonprofit organization.
Nonprofit, yes, like in the case of my kids' school.
Yeah. So you can do that, get a nice tax deduction for it. It does depend on how you're filing your taxes, though, too. So you may not get a deduction, think you are, so check with your tax person first to make sure before you do it. Come April 15th, like, oh, you can deduct it.
Sure, okay. Not that I wouldn't give if I didn't get a deduction, but I'd still contribute, but it's always good to know.
Double thing there.
To check ahead of time, because that way, at the very least, you're not surprised if, in fact, you don't get that deduction.
That's right.
You're still giving to a nonprofit, still a good cause. What else do you have for us?
There's a lot of different things you do. Visit office supply stores, because the one thing they have, too, is they have rewards. We can get rewards. And I went to a dollar store. I was impressed, man. You walk out there with 50 items for $50.
Hold on. Brent, you went to the dollar store.
I love going to the dollar store. It's the most fun.
Is
it's
it not?
Great. Yes, it is fantastic.
No, you make up a great, you bring that up, and there is truth there because you may not find like the name brand pens and pencils and all that stuff, but you can find the equivalent. There is tons of pens, pencils. There's even construction paper, those poster boards for your science projects. You can get them at the 99 cents, the dollar store. That is great advice, my friend, because oftentimes we forget or don't make the trip to those stores.
And a lot of times people want to buy like the fancy binders for $3, $4 and so forth. Buy the generic binders. They got slip-in sheets there. What you can do is you can make your nice things that you put in there. You can get stickers to put on them, because those generic binders, they're a lot cheaper. Sometimes half, sometimes a quarter the price of the ones that are all done for you. Have fun doing it yourself as a kid with the parents and stuff. You can have a lot of fun doing that stuff.
Oh, but I love those Trapper Keepers and those Peachies. Do you remember the Peachies? The Peachies, the folders, the Peachies. I think are they called the Peachies? Help me out, folks.
I'm not sure.
No.
If I've never
Yes,
heard that
they're
term.
called the peaches.
Maybe because I grew up in New York, so maybe
Oh,
it's
the East Coast. Okay, well, as we wrap here, Brent, your final thoughts about saving for back to school.
Just kind of plan ahead before you go out to hit the stores. Plan ahead, see what you need. Go to a place like Ebates, look for rebates. I love rebates.
Yeah.
Coupons. You can really save a lot of money by planning ahead before you go into the stores. Plan ahead, go to the dollar stores, do things. You're going to save yourself a lot of money if you take a little bit of time for planning, which is what we do at our firm.
Yeah, very good, Brent Wilsey. Great to see you.
Well, good to see you, Liz.
Always some good advice. And ladies and gentlemen, he goes to the dollar store. I love
the
that.
dollar store.
I love the realness of
and
that.
And I love to go to La Jolla Goodwill shop as well.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. All right.